Good morning, everyone. 8Bits here with a wonderful Sunday morning, right, Sophie? Yes. Oh, I feel a little discombobulated this morning. I don't even know why. All right. What do we have going on? Can I help you? Yeah, I know you're not feeling well this morning. Anyways, let's see. Oh yeah, there's if you like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, there's a sale going on that right now. And outside of that, I don't think there was a whole lot of news since yesterday. But that's all right. Okay, now welcome in. How you doing this morning? I know you got to relax. Stop. Just relax. All right. What has everyone been playing? So yesterday I did play a little bit of Guild Wars 2, along with playing Mr. D-Boy's farming sim, right? So I was playing that for a little while. He's come such a long way with it, and you can now choose like the beta version as well, and it just has tons of extra stuff to it since the original essentially early access launch, right? All right. I think that was kind of it. I didn't have a whole lot of info to talk about, and today's going to be a shorter stream anyways. So we're just kind of roll into things. Let me get some music going. Turn this down. We're going to try a different channel. We'll see if I like it. All right. So yesterday, spent some time trying to get an inventory system kind of built, right? And that's where some of this structure was coming from. Oh, that's inventory manager. From here, and then working on this structure. And I already don't really like separating so much. So got a suggestion first thing this morning, and I'm restructuring a little bit to this. And are you grumbling at me? What? You've had treats this morning already. Yes. She's like, but I haven't had second treat. I know, you gotta wait. You create an item system the same way you did with the doors. Really? Yeah, so like currently this is probably going to be like the items, right? For this game. There's not going to be a whole lot. That's enough, Sophie. So like I have some food, couple potions, and that's it kind of right now. But I think this will be a better solution there. Assign an ID to all the items and use a single sprite having all the different items on a different frame. Oh, geez, I'm not doing all that right now. I have everything separated. Let me open it up on my sprite sheet. right? And so when I moved them all over, they are already
Here. If only me old
in
treasure
here.
maps had enums for all the loot, would have saved many a headache.
Yeah, probably. Jigglybits, welcome in. Nice to see you again. Enum instructs. Yeah, I'm not great with it, so I didn't do that. Yeah. Right. So, all right. First, I think we'll restructure so I have all this into a more compact method, right? So if we bring it down, it'll be turning into this. And I think that'll be smoother, right? Particularly, I think just because this is a 3-month program, blue screen everywhere. Almost everywhere. Something that, let me see where that was Tangia, right? Let me fix that. All right. That should be a little better blue screen. Yeah. I gotta try to think about like how I want it to work, right? Because like with it being a 3-month project and halfway through what I want to restructure versus what I don't want to for the time frame of the scope, right? And I think that played. Welcome in, David. All right. But we are going to redo this into this. I think that'll be worthwhile because I know this is working. It'll work with this, right? So let's do that real quick. Hopefully click. All right. Carrot. We're gonna just do this. Like that. What else do we have? Pumpkin. Fish. Like steak. And then we have potion. Score heal. Invince and potion speed. Okay. Now we need this. Oops, I need the carrot one. Without the equal sign. And we'll fix the commas here in a minute. So I don't know about where everybody else lives, but it's starting to finally, I guess it's temperature drop, right? So winter is on its way. I mean, it was nice out this morning. It was about 40. It's probably going up into the 60s today. However, after today, it starts to drop. So by the end of the week, it'll be primarily in the 50s as a high. And then it'll start to probably sit there as a high for most of the winter. And 5 stream streak. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I got worried for a minute. Yeah, well, somehow I was trying to clean up my VODs yesterday, and I accidentally had another one clicked. So I had yesterday's VOD clicked, and when I went to go delete some, it deleted that one too. So I lost yesterday's VOD. And pretty much no way to get those things back. So, little disappointing there. All right, so now what do we need? Carrot. We'll bring these down. Restructure that. We'll have to edit them here in a minute. And somebody is trying to get all my attention this morning. Of course, she wasn't feeling very good. We went out. She came back in. She had her treat, was laying around, and then was like, I want to go out and chew a bunch of grass. I'm like, all right. Okay. I also saw another mistake that I had set. All right, so this is now, we can just take this out, put it down below. We'll put it down below, right? And then comment it out.
Yeah.
Like this. And I don't think I like this music. Let's switch. This should be Dark Electric. We'll use that, right? There. Oh, what is this? Turkey leg. Turkey leg. There we go. All right. That's much cleaner. And they don't all have to be separate. So, I think now we need to figure out how this is actually going to work a little more, right? So we have object manager code. I don't think I need this right now. This is inventory. Okay. So when the player hits I for right now, right? When you hit I, it will create the object inventory, which is this, and it will draw. I have drawing two different things right now, but when it draws it, it will draw the inventory over the character, and you'll be able to select. I need to do this essentially. When the player touches an item, I want it to be picked up for right now, right? That's probably going to be the easiest way to test it. All right, let's think about this. A little bit of a brain fog this morning. So item pickup. We need, this is item inventory. So this is like the parent item pickup, right? What happens with it? Well, this is when it gets used. So that probably isn't needed right there. Then I have instant destroy potion. Okay, so this I was moving from here because I had separated them out for right now, and I got them right here. Let's see. What is this music? You don't like the dark electric stuff? And welcome, Tris. How goes the grind? It goes. A little bit of a brain fog this morning, but that's all right. Let me figure this out. All right, let's see, Jiggly, if the next song is a little better for you. If not, I will find a different station. I had switched it to the dark electric channel. I'm trying to stick to the copyright-free music, so we'll see. Well, and just currently I'm working on inventory, right? So was making it so when you obtain an item, how does it work? Where does it go in your bag? That kind of stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at with things. I don't think it'll run right now, but we'll see. No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. All right, so this is the sprite sheet that I was working on that has the different like food items and that kind of stuff in it. This is just my item one. If we open this and go to inventory, this is the current iteration of how this is going to look, right? So the idea is you got 3 quick bar items and 9 items available in a backpack. I should, we'll see, be able to get to this, but it may or may not happen for items, but we'll see. Yeah, my goal is a 3-month game, right? It's a hefty challenge for an RPG game. So lots of time being put in this one. All right, so those are not set yet. And I wonder if it's because I moved it. Like, I wasn't sure, and I split them out into 2 separate scripts. Maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe everything just needs to be in, like, item data, and it was down here. Maybe we could try it, put it back in there, because I think it'll help with the player inventory stuff. So if we take this, put it here, and then on this, all right, why? There it goes. All right, let's do that. Well, let's see if it sees it now. No, it's still not. Dot item 1. Oh, okay. My bad. Player add inventory underscore item 1. Oh, I was forgetting about that. Yes. Can I help you, Miss Huff and Puff? What you doing? For those that don't know, Sophie is the main entertainment here. I'm just kind of the sidekick, right? I know you know that. It's early in the morning, and she just wants all the attention, huh? You're just gonna huff and puff. All right. All right, let's get back to this, and let me try to remember how this was being set up yesterday, because now I don't. Yes. You have to wait. I can't just give you a treat now. Stream starting. Somebody has to give you the treat. You have to say. All right. Function inventory. We have a size. We have a constructor there. Add or item underscore 1. It has no reference point. Right? So, player add item. Why do I have... I don't think I need it twice. Essentially, I feel like that's adding it twice. All right, let's try it now. And, okay. Just kidding. Sophie, you're going to have to wait. All right. Return dot name. We don't have a dot name. Get item. Return name. We don't have that. I need to build that in somewhere. Slot. So do I put it up here, or am I going to be using this? Well, we're going to get rid of that. I don't need it. Right, so now we have our player items down below. Global inventory, Apple. These are all set correctly now. I need to get item function slot return items dot name. Item should be the array. I think I'm a little confused with it. Right? Because then we say items.name, but it doesn't know what that is. So where should I have a new constructor up here for underscore name? Like this? But as soon if I do that, it doesn't like this. Right? Is that what just happened? Oh, then it needs two numbers in it. New inventory, size with a name. All right, I'm confusing myself. Trying to work with stuff I'm not very good with. So let's take this out for right now, because I don't think it needs to be in there. I have function inventory data, name, sprite, cost here. I definitely confused myself, I think. Alright. We're not using this. We'll close that script, because I have all that stuff right here. Inventory. All right, that's just drawing the basic inventory, right? Yes. This is the item data for all the different items that exist, and it's meant to help if you pick up an item, what you do with it, right? Crasher, welcome in. How you doing this morning?
Hello there, Crasher Hole. Drop anchor and join the crew. Rum not required, but highly recommended.
Rum would help right now. Right. Okay, so I started on this yesterday, right? And then I can't remember. I didn't write it down. Like how I was meant to like continue with it. I restructured a little bit. So this is cleaner here. So we have our global sort of inventory, right? And if you pick up an item, we're going to add item to the player inventory. And name is not showing up. So right now, let's take that out. And that may let it start again. Okay. So the idea is we're in, you go, you pick up an item. So like if I was to hit I, right? And then when you pick up an item, it will show up in your bag. I'm only testing it with touching an item right now versus buying the item just to get some stuff working. So now we need it to show up. How's the best way to do that? I'd like to, I think, attach it to the red square, right? That gives a better, something solid for it to connect to. Or at least it helps me narrow down the X and Y for where it needs to be. Like slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, that kind of stuff. Let's make the red a little bigger. Let's figure out where I put that. There. So this is probably, 17, 17. We're going to make it 32 by 32. Apply it. It should be fine. I think this is still a bit on the big side here. There. So now when we start and we just check our inventory real quick. There. That is just about perfect over top of where the item should be. Right? Where's this offset? Just a little bit. Needs to be over maybe 1. So when we draw it, that's in here. We're drawing the selected box halfway plus 41. We actually want to go 42 on the first one. There we go. That's better. That looks nice. All right, so we need 3 on the top row. Then we'll do 3, oops, there, right? So first one there. I'm going to say we're going to try to jump 32. So we should be at like 74. My mathing working this morning. And then 32 should be 106. I think my mathing's working. All right, let's try it. Pretty close. Pretty close. Not really. If that's 16. Oh, okay. I have a gap between them. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's go 3 for the first one. Let's do 77. And we'll do 110. It's pretty close. What I think needs to happen is this is 76. Make it come back by 1 and 111. That looks almost correct. We have maybe one more pixel. Unless my imaging is not 100%, which I think this is fine. Like, you're not going to see it. I'm just trying to get it so that matches as well as it can. Maybe we'll just bring it over one more, back to 110. All right, so now the idea is when you pick up an item, it will go to one of those, and those are going to be the slots, right? All right. I bet I don't quite have the pixels set right. I bet it's off by 1. But that's okay. So now we should also grab another set. And again, this is for testing. So now we're in the right X spot. We're going to adjust the Y spot. So it was 16, 32 plus 2. So we're gonna say 72 on that one, and they should all be pretty much the same. Whoops. Right. 72. Wait for OBS here. Show it. And you're off a little bit, right? Okay. Oops. Right. Let's review that. If it was I made a mistake. It should be +2. So this should just be 2. +2. Because we want it to go the other way. My mathing is way off. Does that look like 1, 2? Maybe it just needs to be not, it's 35, so let's just try and write it where it needs to be. Pretty close. Let's bring it up one more. And I think it'll be fine. -1. Right? There we go. So now we'll need one more set. Bag slots. Right, and then down here we'll do wick bar slots. But so the next set needs to be we'll try it at 34. Well, yeah. They're basically on top of the other. And welcome in, Mini Graphics. Yeah. My brain's partially working this Sunday morning. Good catch. Glad somebody's brain's working. So wait for OBS to see this thing. There we go. It could probably come up one more there so the gap is the same between the two. and then we'll call it. We'll say that is good, right? Let's do that. So now what we're doing is we have the slots set on the inventory. And the idea then is when you pick up an item, it draws the item here. So how is going to be the best way to do that? We say we pick up an item, right? We want to add the item to it. Global player inventory, add item. So that's not how we're doing that now. I am writing that out more like this. Let's just, what is that, a potion? Why is that? Potion, you know. Global player inventory. Add item. This. Alright. So that should pick it up. That should add item into the inventory. Now, where's the best place to put this for now? We're going to want it to be picked up, so we don't want this right away, right? I think all this really needs to be inside the child, probably. Let's just copy this for now. If we make, I wonder if I need to make an item, an object for every single one. Right? We don't have if what code, let me think about this. What code do I want in the parent item for pickup versus what should I have in a child object? Well, first, let's see if I have that. I'm pretty sure I have this here. All right, so we can say something like if object potion health and do that. And then we are going to take this. Let's put that there. We'll take that. I don't have, what do we want it to be? What's a use on it? E? If keyboard check. And I think it's ORD E. Then we're going to run that code. But also, if it's, we need it to, can I draw in here? I guess we could also do create instance. No. Instance create depth. We're going to do this, and then our depth, say negative 5,000, and then what it is, object, potion health. But that needs to only occur when the how do I do this? All right. We'll take this out because that's not right. That will immediately draw it on the screen. And that's not what I want. What I want is when the inventory opens, we need to check the array and see if something's in it. Does that make sense? But for now, we'll do this. Also, ads are about to go off. When they do, my coffee's a little low. I'm going to take a quick be right back. And, whoops. So now doesn't like that. Okay. As you're here, I'm going to take that beer right back. I will see everybody in a few moments. Yeah, we're back. Let me get some new music. I keep changing the music channels. I know. I'm just trying to find something that I like. And that's not going to get me in trouble, right? So I do try and avoid stuff with a lot of like vocals. I don't want it. But I think we're going to try a chiptune channel. Let's see how that works. If it's not loud enough, let me know. It sounds pretty loud to me, but it may not be, right? Okay, so right now, I think it's conflicting. Oh, wait. It doesn't know where this is. So we have to say if object player not HP object player not HP. We'll take that line again. We'll do that. Okay. Let's just start little things. Come out, press E. Good. Oh, it's not here. Why? It's there. Is it removing it? Well, item pickup if it exists. All right. So what if we did a good morning. Do you have your item in stock? Good, sir. I am working to stock as fast as I possibly can for you. I am working. I should have a potion of heal for you shortly. But yes. What are you doing, sir? Right. And how are you doing today? Sophie, sit down. Yes. Sophie is not feeling well. I mean, you're feeling okay. You got tons of energy, but she's not feeling okay. Yeah, I know. All right, so it's disappearing when we load in, right? Why? We add it to inventory, but it needs to be when it connects with the player, not just as a step, right? So let's do collision. What is it? Point meeting? If point distance direction, no. Point to distance, no. Point direction, no. Collision point, collision point. Does that make sense? No.
Welcome aboard, Wiser Gibbon. May your journey here be as thrilling
Welcome.
as a treasure hunt on
And
the
thank you
high
for the
seas.
follow. Kelvar, not bad. You have your farming game uploaded to itch. Still in alpha. Alpha, and it's private at the moment. Got it. I like farming games. I was playing Mr. D-Boy's farming sim this morning. I enjoy it. He's added more stuff. I'm on the beta branch, and definitely it's a lot of fun.
Private Alpha? That's the way to guard your gold till it's ready. Got any crops worth
Exactly,
boasting about
Alicia.
yet?
Exactly. Alicia didn't like to be renamed. I attempted that, and that didn't work. But she's behaving a little bit. She thinks she's a little bit of a pirate now. So, I don't know. I do like the program. Jeepin, good morning. We have a not so feeling well dog this morning, Jeepin. Hopefully it's out of her system. I did not check upstairs. But I've had to take her out like three times this morning. So all right. I mean, she has energy. She wants to get up and move, move around and do stuff. Her stomach just little bothering her, I guess. One time she just wanted to go out and eat a whole bunch of grass. Other times it was to go, but Is it? Oh, can't remember this. Is it? I want to say collision, right? Well, in the meantime, let's just make this. Well, try to remember my basic stuff. Entities player here. So let's take that and put this here. If object is a point, no, if object potion health, global inventory, add to inventory. Let's see if that makes it so that it's still there when I go to log in. All right. So we're whoops. It's doing it immediately, even though I'm not in the room. All right. Hi there, Deacon. All right. Yeah, I've had to take her out like 3 times. One time was that, and then one time was just eat a whole bunch of grass. But don't jump around, Sophie. You just whacked into Arwen's cage. All right, so that is not working. It is automatically adding it. And then it's immediately doing all its other stuff. So we need to take off this. It should be, if I press E, it does it, but it doesn't seem to do that. Oh, it's because of this, maybe? We're putting this all into here, except for this line. Right? So now let's try it again. Let's see if we can get the item without having it to... Okay. If we come out here, it's on the ground again. We pick it up. That's not doing anything. I know. I know. Go away, Mr. Enemy there. I'll put you down here. So we go to pick up. We have if object player. We're adding it to inventory. That's what it's doing. What do we want? We want delete destroy. Let's try that. Okay, so it's not seeing. What am I just? I'm coding wrong this morning. I know it. I know it. Right? So we pick up item, but we need it destroyed. Right? But we're not, it's not seeing. So point, is it point distance? No. Oh, you know what? Let's look at this. It would probably help if I gave it a parent. I would say, yeah. All right. Now, we'll try this again. It's just a not cohesive morning, apparently. All right. We picked it up. It should be in inventory. I don't know that, but it should be. But now, when I open inventory, we need to put this here. And if you need something to be like, we need to make a, oh, that's another draw. We're going to put it up here in our step. Let's make another function. Like if item in inventory. Right? And I'm going to double check, make sure I don't have something like that. I have add item, use item, find item, get item name, get list. So if we're pushing it to the array, we could say push, or if item in inventory checks array length, or maybe name. What's a better way to do that? Yeah, so I have a couple that I've already made yesterday, right? What I'm trying to identify now is you touch the item, so you've picked it up. It has added that item into inventory. It's there. But now, when you go to open your inventory page, I needed to identify what items are in the array and then draw them. Does that make sense? And I was thinking about making it like another one called item in inventory, and allowing it to check a couple things. And if it is, then, so we say if item if item in inventory, then draw it. Basically going to become like a Boolean, right? So it's going to be yes or no. Is it there? Yes. If it's not, don't draw it. But this is the stuff we already have. So we have add item, which it's doing. We're not swapping slots. We're not using item yet. Find item, maybe? You would want to get the array of items, then for each slot, draw the corresponding inventory item. Right. So I have to first validate that it's there, and then we'll pick up sort of. I think we're on the same thing. I need to get the array of items, and then for each slot, draw the corresponding items. Yes. So get list, right? So in here, we want to get our list. No. We want to get list, though. Right? So we want get list. It returns items. Right? But we also want to check our array get length. Well, if we want to inventory so yes, inventory get list, then what? Check, once we have the list, check the array length. But we also don't have anything that says what the slots are. But for right now, we just wanted to get it. So, for example, in the draw, you'd have something like items equal player.inventory get list. Now item is in the array of items. Yeah, so item in inventory, we're going to say, would that make sense here? Items equals player inventory. No, player inventory. I think I have to say global. Global dot player, right? Player inventory, so it's global player inventory. Then we are saying dot get list, right? So items equals global player inventory dot get list. If right. You don't think... Oh, you mean the function? Item in inventory? Okay, so we don't need that function. Right? So we'll work without the function. And welcome in, minus, how you doing? Alright, so we're going to get rid of this function. So right now we have items. Items equals this. Great. But I still think, because I'm going to say it's a if item items equals in inventory, then I want to draw it, right? All right, so this is occurring when we open the bag. When we open our inventory bag, we have items equals global list. But now we need to draw the items. Plus, we also have to identify the slots. Can we say slot 1 equals this? Will that work? We're working on inventory today. Okay, that works. Let's do that. Right, so now you finally have a text box system. Nice. Do you have anything to show, like, for it?
All this talk of arrays be twisting me old sea brain. Anyone else got a tale from the high seas or just wrangling inventories today?
Alicia, we're not sailing the seven seas at the moment. We have not sold the game yet. All right. Nine. All right. That's really good. You have a text box minus. Kalmar, you would think you want to get the list of items during draw. Yes. Getting it during create would not reflect upon the inventory. Well, this is when it opens, right? So when you open it, it's going to create this list. Like you want to check the list. But then we need to draw it. So, homeless, jeez, you made it. Excellent. Welcome in. Right, we want to draw the array. Right, so item in array position 0 needs to be drawn in slot 1. Right? All right. Going to have to give you a rain check on that one, Soph, or homeless. Sophie is upstairs. All right. So if we want to draw, we want to check. Where am I? Right here. We're drawing it right here. Yeah, that's the tower game. It's currently it's going through. I have like clips of different games, and that's the tower one. So, yeah, Kelmar, this is the object for the inventory itself. Right? This is just the bag. So when you open it, this activates and draws the sprite. Because we tell it to do that when the player hits it here. So when you press I, this is what is occurring. Yes. The slots that I put in front of this, slot 1 through 9, is literally a physical representation. Right? So let me wait for OBS to see it. And then I'll show it. And yeah, homeless, I thought it would be a cool idea, right? So it's showing a couple previous games, that kind of stuff. Hi. All right, we're going to redeem your thing, homeless. All right, here we go. All right, so then it's showing, right? Yes. When we hit I, the slots 1 through 9 are these red boxes that are currently being visible. Right? Just a physical representation of it. That's it. So And that's these 9 spots here, right? Slot 1 through 9. What I need is when we open this up, we need to validate there is an item in the list. If item is in list, draw that array spot to the slot. So slot 1, for example, yes, you are drawing the box, correct. So you would then need to render the image of whatever is in the inventory item slot 0. Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Because we have, when you press I, it draws the inventory. If instance exists, object inventory, then we're drawing it, right? What else do we have? Ocean pickup. So in parent here, we are adding it to inventory here, right? When you touch it, because right now it's on the ground. So right now, when you touch it, you pick it up. Goes in inventory. Then when we open inventory, we need to draw it. And I thought I had something. Where did I put that? Right, so I don't know where that went, but object inventory, we need to draw it, but because we want slot 1, instance, create depth. We're going to say it needs to be essentially this. And we'll make that negative like 5,000 at whatever object. But this needs to be the object in the array. I just don't know how to do it. Right? All right, so because when it opens, we need it to check array length. So if, I don't know, what is it? Array get length. So we need to confirm it first, right? Seems to you need the X and Y of the position inside the slot where you want to draw the item. Okay, but I don't know how to tell what's in slot 1 and then to draw. I know how to like draw the item, but I don't know how to verify what's inside that array. So we're trying to say if array length or get array length, maybe, I don't know. Well, we want get array length. And then what? Nothing. We want to get list. Okay. So that returns items. How? Add item. All right, so we have. How do we say, like, if like, yeah, I'm gonna just write it out. If item is in array 0, draw array 0 item in slot 1. That's what we're trying to say. If there's an item in array 0, draw array 0 in slot 1. Right? That's what we're trying to say. Or that's what we're trying to do as well. Your constructor can simply have a variable that returns the array size of items when called. Or you can get the length if items of the items directly. I mean, we could do array length, right? All right, let's look at the functions we already have. Right now, we have add item, swap item, and use item. None of those work for this scenario. Find item? No, that's if you're looking for a particular item, right? Drop item? Get item name. Get list. I would assume it's get list. So get array size, get array size equals function like that, and array get array size equals global, we can say player inventory, not size. That doesn't make sense. All right, global player inventory size. So we have get array size equals, how about instead of array, get inventory size? Does that make more sense? Get inventory size equals a function which does this. And we return global player inventory size. Wiser, welcome in. How you doing today? Where are your items, not objects? The items are like being stored here, right? And they're inside this item. They're going into the array. I'm a little out of my depth in figuring it out. So that's what we're attempting to try to do right now. Basically, what I'm trying to do is when you open inventory, I want it to check if item is in array 0, draw array 0, item in slot 1, right? So we already have the slots picked out and put on screen because they're visual right now. I just wanted to draw it there. But I'm having trouble trying to write that out. Kevlar, you can manually get the array length as you are trying to do, but you predefined it already. Just so. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, we have get list, and we just made inventory size here, right? But we have get list, which returns items. Get inventory size. I just feel like we're going in circles. All right. Sync this through. So if items is in the array, right? So we need to verify if there are items in the array. And so far we have get list, we have get inventory size. If your items and player are objects, yeah, the player is definitely an object. They will be objects. Yes. Right now, I have burger and a health potion as an object. Right? So when you touch in the parent item pickup object, when you touch this object, because right now it's on the ground, later on it may or may not be on the ground. There'll be stuff that you buy as well, but for right now it's on the ground. If you make contact with this, global player inventory adds the item to the inventory. So now the idea is it's in the inventory, and when I open the bag, I want whatever is in the arrays to be drawn in the equivalent slot, which is the red on the bag, right? That's what I'm trying to do. And I almost feel like it needs to be a loop, right? Like a for loop, maybe, checking if items are in the array, if it's in, I don't know, if item is in array. So we need to check if there's any items. So if array length is greater than 0, right? That would make sense. If array length is greater than 0, do what? We want get list, maybe get list. Like, okay, so if array length is greater than 0, but we need to define where this array length is. So maybe it's just, maybe we're saying items because we have get list here. So, I don't know. I guess if items, jeez. I'm just going in circles on this morning. My brain is not wrapping my head around this. You want to draw each of the physical boxes at its XY positions, then draw the item
Just
at the
all
XY.
numbers and boxes now.
Yes,
No buried treasure
Kalbar.
here. Just well-placed loot.
That's
Keep your
it.
eyes sharp,
That is
mates.
what we are trying to figure out. But I don't know how to identify what's in array 0. And then tell it, whatever is in array 0, draw on slot 1. All right, let's get rid of this. Basically, the if is, if items is in array 0, then draw array 0 item in slot 1. That is what we are attempting to figure out. We have slot 1 defined right here on where it is. Let's do this just so I can see it for a minute. All right. The idea then is we come in, we go here, right? We have an item on the ground. And thank you for the follow. So
W00D, welcome aboard.
Oh, look at that.
Be plentiful and your never empty.
we hit our follow goal. Why, thank you. Littlewood, welcome in. And Grog, hi. I didn't see you. Okay, so we have the item on the ground. We pick up the item. When we hit I, it would technically need to be right here. So we're drawing object. So we need to be at just so we can see it. So give me a second. We're doing 10,000. Oops. 10,002. Right. Right. So we come in, we go here. The idea is we find an item, we touch it, we pick it up. We hit I, and it would be here, right? Oops. Right, so that's where we want it to draw. But I'm struggling to get... I know. The boxes are technically going to get removed. Sort of. They're there to help identify... It's a visual. To help to identify where it's being drawn. Right? So right now, all those are these red boxes that I put on. I thought it would help to identify and actually declare it as a slot because the graphic image doesn't have any notification, like spots, right? So I was like, oh, to help declare it and see it better, I drew them out so you could see them. I'm thinking they're just going to get removed anyway. Like they'll get turned off or removed because they're not needed. I mean, they could be. I don't know. I'm so jumbled up on stuff. But because at the same time, I was like, oh, we should have like a shop manager that identify those slots. But that's all right. That's a secondary thing. Right now, I am trying to identify this. Right? So if an item, and we need to verify that, if an item is in array spot 0, then draw array 0 in slot 1. You could... All right, hold on. I got to catch up on you guys. Little one, you swore you followed the other day. No problem. I appreciate you following today. Hard to communicate over text. Yeah. I don't think you're getting what I'm saying. Probably not. You can draw all those boxes with a loop to make it easier. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Gotcha. Chat through it. Give me a moment. Won't there be some kind of UI around the inventory? What do you mean? I thought that was my inventory. I mean, that's just kind of opening a bag, right? Wiser for the loop. Yeah, the for loop. Let's... Here, I'll grab that. Let's bring that out here so we can see it in code. Right? There. So that's the for loop that you wrote, right? So, all depending on the actual positions. Yes. And Kavar, what do you mean a UI around the inventory? Yeah, we can make it. We'll make it work. When a player presses the button to see what's inside, generally there is a box or something around the items. Well, yeah, okay. So if I turn these off, there's an inventory spot there, right? Oh, ads are in the way. All right. Let me turn it off, and then we can start it again. But inventory... Oh. Object. Inventory. What am I missing? Something. It doesn't like something. Oh, this? Oh, this. Duh. Alright. But inventory is whatever the inventory you are after an item. What? Oh, it doesn't like the loop. All right, let's start it again. There. So when you start inventory, and I'll wait for it to show up on screen here. This is the user interface, right? These are what these slots actually look like, not the red box. Right? So that's going to be your user interface. I mean, it's been here the whole time. Those visual representation of the slots, which were red, were sitting directly over top of what this is. Do you need it bigger? Bigger. Like that. Make it bigger. But that is it, right? That's not big enough. What about this? Okay. Anyways, let's put it there. Ads are about over. I'm going to jump into... Oh, let me turn off the music. Chat here with Grog. And let's try to walk through what I'm trying to do. All right, let me move this. All right. Welcome in, Grog.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you. One sec.
Oh, that helps.
Hello,
too.
hello?
Hello?
I can't hear you. One sec.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, so sorry, did you figure it out? I was in ads for like a couple minutes there.
Not quite. I mean, like, I have the idea of what I'm trying to do. I'm struggling to get it so that it works.
Right, okay. So let's break it down. What's the first thing that you think we need to do here?
Well, my idea is if items, I should say, are in the array, right? So if items are in the array,
What array?
then
Sorry, and what array?
the item array.
Okay. Do you have that item array anywhere in here yet? Because I think that's probably the first step. Is you want to get bring that list in here basically.
Just there.
Okay, so you have okay, great. Let's see. This is in the create event of obj inventory. So okay,
Correct.
one caveat here is this is actually good because you're basically making your list of items and bringing them into your inventory. The thing is, you're only doing this once in the create event, which means if you like add or remove an item from your inventory list won't update. So what you could actually do is bring items into your draw GUI event because that's where you'll be needing it, and you'll want it to update every frame.
Okay. So if we're doing that, Wiser here suggested a this for loop.
For loop is absolutely what you want. Yeah, he's definitely on the right path. But yeah, one step at a time, right? First things first is we want to. Well, I guess you do have the items array. Okay, yeah, you do have it. Okay, so let's bring that code in the create event down to the draw GUI event.
There.
Just so that way we ensure our items is updated every frame. Bring it to the very top because we need to initialize this at the top of the event.
Okay.
Because everything below this is going to be using the inventory.
All right.
Okay. And let me got your stream up here now, so I should be.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be on Discord too for you.
Great. So the next step then is so the for loop is basically how you're going to iterate over each entry in that array and decide what you're going to do. Do with that event. So let's make that for loop correct because it was a pseudocode array basically because he didn't know what your inventory, your format
Sure.
looked like, right? So you don't have an inventory variable right now. You have that items variable above. So instead of inventory, we want to loop through items.
Right.
Okay. And then let's put an underscore in front of item on line 11 there. So line 11. Because yeah, so the for loop, we're looping through the items array, but then in every step of the loop, what we're doing is we're getting that particular item. So on loop 0, we're getting item 0. That's what item is going to be each loop. It's going to be item 0, then it's going to be item 1, then it's going to be item 2. Yeah, correct. Yeah, and that's got to be items as well. Good catch. Does that make sense? So every step of the way, you're looping through items. You're assigning the current iteration to an item variable, and then you can access that specific item as you need to. Does that make sense so far?
Okay, so we're starting the loop. We check if I is less than the array length, which the array is items.
Yep. That's to make sure we don't go over like the max size of it or whatever. Like we're making sure we're staying within the amount of items you have. So if you have a 9 size inventory, we're only going to go through this loop 9 times. We're going to get item 0, item 1, item 2, item up to 9.
Okay.
And so now basically we know that item is going to be well, actually let's check item. Let's check what item can be. Actually, offhand, do you know what that variable on line 11 could be? What could end up in that item variable?
Right now, it would be one of the objects.
Yeah, one of the.
So
let's go into where your items are defined.
Here.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Good. So this is your global. Okay. I would maybe consider calling this global items or global item database or global items is probably fine. Although it might be confusing with the other thing, but because yeah, this isn't your inventory, right? This is like your list of items, right?
Yeah, I put it. It's on the bottom. It didn't seem like I needed 2 different scripts. I just put everything in the same script. So
yeah, you can. There's no like.
Okay.
It's fine to do that way. It's just sometimes I do this too. Sometimes it makes sense to have things together. Sometimes it doesn't. There's no right or wrong answer.
Okay.
Right?
And
but Kelver caught on to what I was suggesting. So you said that item in that for loop could be one of these items, right? Apple, banana, one of these things.
Right, or undefined.
Or undefined. So those are our 2 options.
Yeah, we have
And what?
undefined set up at the top here. So if it doesn't
Yeah.
have an
So that
item in it, it'll return just undefined, I guess. Yeah.
right. So let's make it because we don't ever want to be typing the word undefined because undefined is ugly and messy. But here is fine because we need to define it that way. That's how we define it. But what does undefined actually mean for that inventory slot?
It just means it's empty.
Okay, so let's make below this, let's make a new function on line like 14 or something. And let's call this one is slot empty.
Okay.
And then that equals to a function.
What? Oh, hold on.
Oh, what the hell?
Ugh. Hold on.
That's some weird. I have not seen that. That's
Oh, I have all kinds of weird stuff on my.
okay.
All right.
So we want to return. So we're asking a question, right? Is the slot empty? Let's put an argument in the function. Let's put slot in there, underscore slot.
All right.
Okay. And the argument we're going to put in is let's do return because we're asking a question. We want to return an answer. What we want to say here is we want to get the item. So let's do items slot, right? Items brackets I because we want to access that slot or not slot. Item square bracket slot, if that makes sense.
That's what I missed. Items
It's
square
really hard to
bracket
explain arrays vocally.
slot.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So if that's either going to be one of two things, right? It's going to be equal to an item or it's going to be equal to undefined. So we can return items slot double equal sign. So after that, put a double equal sign.
In between these?
After this entire, like at the very end here, yep. Equals undefined.
Okay.
So basically what we're asking, hey, is items slot equal to undefined? That can either be true or false. So if that does equal undefined, it's going to return true. If it doesn't equal undefined, it's going to be equal to false. Does that make sense?
Okay. So is slot empty? Returns items. It checks the slot, which is equal to undefined. Okay.
So it's asking if it's undefined. So hey,
Right.
do these things equal each other? True or false? If the item equals undefined, it's going to be true.
Okay.
If it doesn't equal that, it's going to be false. So now we have a question we can ask. We can ask now, hey, is this slot empty? So let's go back into your code, into where that for loop was.
Right.
And let's first do, okay, now I'm thinking how we want to do this here. Okay, let's do, put above that var on line 11.
All right.
Make a new line and say if items, actually, sorry, if, I'm trying to think, is there a better way of doing this? Yeah, okay, let's do it. If let's do global.inventory. If global.player inventory.
Okay.
Dot is slot empty.
All right.
And then I, because we're looping through the inventory, so we can pass through I. If it is empty, we don't want to do anything. You don't want to draw something. You don't want to do anything else, right?
Correct.
So the keyword for this to continue, it's continue. You to continue through the for loop without doing any code, it's continue. So just right after that, space continue.
Okay.
So it's like exit, right? If you put exit here, it would just piece out of this for loop.
Right.
But continue is piecing out of this iteration of the for loop. It's like, oh, slot 0 is empty, continue to 1. Oh, slot 1 is empty, continue to 2. Oh, slot 2 has something, draw that, go on 3. Oh, slot 3 is empty, continue to 4.
Okay.
So that makes so does that make sense? I think this reads pretty clearly, right? You're checking if the inventory is empty, and if it is, then we continue.
Okay.
So now you know at this point at line 12, item should for sure be an item, right? It's not an empty item; it's for sure an item.
Right.
And what values do your items have? If you go back into your item constructor, or if you remember too, that's fine as well.
So they have a name, sprite index, and a cost. currently.
Nice cost. Okay, cool. That's a new one. That's good too. Yeah. So go back into that. Then you now know you should be able to draw a item dot. Yeah, whatever you had there. So was it sprite index?
Yeah. Sprite index? Yeah.
It's
Sprite
exactly
index.
whatever you had there. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So once again, what was that Gibbons code? It was the
Yes.
correct code, just not exactly the right things that you had
And
named,
this
right?
should
Because it
be
was just pseudocode.
items.
And actually, no, that should be, we're talking about this specific item. So we actually want that underscore item because items is the entirety of it, whereas item is the current item in this iteration of the loop.
Okay. And
Okay, and then we can look at this here.
Sprite index. Sprite
Yeah, that looks good.
Sprite equals sprite index. Okay, it's just not changing color on me. That's all.
Yeah, and that's normal. That's normal here, so that's fine. So
right.
Okay, now we're at the actual math of the for loop part, which honestly, the thing I was going to suggest, and Gibbon has basically done it for you here, is like we don't even need to care about positioning. We don't need to get it exactly in your slots. I think the first step would be, let's just see this being drawn, right? Let's just see a list of items being drawn anywhere on screen, right?
Right.
So let's see what he's doing. He's drawing it at position 32 plus I times 48. So there's a 48 spacer between every position, and it's 32 down. So what we should expect to see is all your items drawn at the top left of your screen, spaced out 48 pixels apart. So let's run your game and see if we see that,
Okay.
or if we've got something somewhere, which we probably have. Oh, that's a big boy.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and start it and see if it works. And welcome in, Pinuch. I will give you a rain check on the Sophie treat. She's not feeling very well. So
she feels better. Okay, so let's open your inventory without picking up an item. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, so that means our undefined check worked.
Oh,
we're not drawing anything.
We are drawing something.
Oh, where? Let's see.
Top right corner.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have an apple in your inventory?
I do.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. So that's cool.
I don't know where it came from, but like, it's there.
Okay, go pick up the other item then.
All right.
Let's see. We might not see it because it probably is going to be drawing it from the apple there. Okay, so press I again. Okay, yeah, we're not going to be able to see that. Okay, so the question is, why is it drawing at the top right when I think that math looks like it should be at the top left? That is good questions.
So let me go.
Real quick, let's have this.
I don't know why it's in
okay, you're already at so okay. The reason why we see an apple is you've actually added all. Let's leave them in. Let's leave them in because then we can see all these items, right?
Right.
Let's just leave them in for now. So okay, let's go back to this. Where is this?
So
this should be in the GUI event. What the
draw
heck?
sprite index 0 32. Like, what are we basing this off of?
The 32
because
32
I'm using GUI
from the top left of the GUI event. It should be 32 pixels into the GUI event. So I would say this should work great.
Add the GUI part from below. Okay.
That's the thing, though. It shouldn't need it.
Well, this is based off of the... Right? Like, this is getting inside that red box.
Yeah, that's getting the center of your GUI, basically, right?
Yeah, it's the center is this of the window. But okay, then
let's try it. Let's replace 32 with GUI width divided by 2. Let's see if that makes a difference.
So 32 plus... Am I replacing 32 with it?
Yep. 32 with, divided by 2. So instead of starting from the...
All right.
See, what I would expect to happen now is I would expect to not even see this, like not even see these sprites. We don't. Yeah, you can do the GUI height too. Yeah, let's try it. Actually, yeah, that'll show that it's updating position. That's fine, actually.
All right.
Oh, yeah, let's run it. Because here's the thing, I don't really care where it appears on the screen. My goal is that we see every item on the screen somewhere.
Right. Okay, so if
So
we
press
hit I,
I.
I don't see it now. I
Yeah,
don't even
so
see the apple anymore. All right.
because here's the thing, the apple was at the far right, right? And that was at 32 pixels. So now that we've changed it to GUI width divided by 2, that's even further over than 32. Try 0. Try like literally 0 width. You can leave the GUI stuff there. Yeah, that's fine.
What? All right.
Yeah, let's leave that one there. Change the GUI instead of a GUI width divided by 2. Try changing it to 0.
Okay.
It's a GUI width divided by 2. And let's change the 48 to like 24.
Okay.
Just so we can maybe see more items on the screen.
All right. They're all at the top now.
That makes sense because you're drawing at 0. So the weird part is, why is 0 drawing in halfway through the screen? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like the GUI, like I said, the GUI is
all right. So it's the GUI. I don't know, but what it's drawing at is where this red dot that's right here. You can sort of see it on stream, but this red dot is the center of inventory.
Oh yeah. Right.
But this is drawing exactly at GUI divided by 2.
But we've given it 0, which should be the top left of the screen.
Yeah, it should, but it's not.
Wait. No, that should make a difference.
All right, I plus 24. That's how spacing them.
What they say, every bud be just treasure waiting for a clever coder's map.
See, I have like.
Yeah, and Alicia thinks she's kind of like a pirate now. I don't know.
Oh man.
So she's talking about treasure and sailing the 7 seas now, and I'm just like, all right, you do your thing.
Okay, try draw a circle here. Try draw a circle 0 0 32.
0 0
32 and false. One argument for false.
Oh, okay.
That's whether it's an outline or filled or not. So we don't want it outlined. Okay, and then run this. So what I'd expect to see would be a circle with the center point of the circle drawn at the top left of the screen. If it's not there, it's cursed. Okay, that's exactly what it should be doing. Thank God. That would have been crazy if it wasn't there.
All right.
Okay, so you see what I mean? That's where 0 0 is on your GUI.
Yes.
It's always at the top left of your screen. So
yeah, which is why, like, on here, to draw the boxes, I was doing GUI divided by 2 plus and offsetting it to exactly where I wanted them. The hard code, the image of the red, right?
Yeah. Can I see what is the center point, the origin of the sprites you have? Not that they really should be the problem.
So let me find these sprites. Resources, sprites, items. Top left. This should actually all be center. Oh, I can't do that, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, there I go.
So really cool feature. Yeah.
All right, so they're all in the center now.
Yeah, so Gibbon, the GUI is, so we're in the draw GUI event here, this object. And the GUI is a layer that is always on top of the screen. It never moves, basically. So here, for my own sanity, get rid of the I times 24 on line 13.
Okay.
Because think of it this way, right? We drew the circle at the top left of the screen, and we saw the circle on the top left of the screen.
Right.
Now we're drawing every single item at 0, 0 as well. I would expect to see them now that they're centered. Their center point at the very top left of the screen. Let's see if that works or not. If this doesn't work, that would be extremely cursed.
Okay.
Okay, that's not cursed. Okay, so let's get rid of that circle because they're probably all underneath the circle, right?
Yeah, they would be now.
Yeah, so get rid of the circle. You can just erase it, dude.
Okay.
We don't need it. It was just to make sure that we're not crazy with how the GUI works.
Yeah, so they're all
okay.
stacked up here.
Okay,
it takes a minute for
spacer code was going
OBS,
crazy.
Yeah, they're all stacked up.
How big is your icon size? Like, what size have you gone with for your inventory items?
They are 16 by 16.
All of them are?
I think so. They should all be 16.
Okay.
Well, except for the potions, but
okay.
All these items here are currently 16 by 16.
Okay, so maybe the size is, I don't know, it's still weird to me, but okay. So what we can do is let's do, so after the 0 for the X on line 13.
After the 0, which one?
So the first one is sprite index. We want the X position, so the second 0.
Okay.
Do plus parentheses.
I mean, okay. 0
sorry,
plus...
0 plus. Yep. Parentheses.
Yep.
And inside there, we're going to do I times 16.
All right. Why? Oh, why'd you put it over there? All right.
Oh, you still need that closing one.
Yeah. It just put it at the end of the line.
Well, no, you just got rid of the one at the end of the line. Now you don't have you end your function here.
Oh, I see what happened. All right, I got you.
Yeah. Okay, now run it here. So now they should appear at 0, 0, but spaced 16 pixels apart. Like, was there some typo? What the heck? That is wild. How does that jump us 16 pixels?
They should. Okay, so the red boxes that are showing up are 16s.
But the red boxes shouldn't have anything to do with it.
No, but I mean, like, the items are designed to, like, sort of fit in your inventory size.
Yeah, which is fine. But what I'm worried about is why did we suddenly just jump over like a third of the screen? Because, okay, let's look at the code again. Because let's think this through, right? So we're saying X is 0, right? We're going to draw at X plus, so 0 plus I times 16. On the first loop, I is equal to 0. 0 times 16 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. The first item should be at 0, 0, which we have shown is the top left of the screen, right?
Right.
So here, let's give ourselves a sanity check here. Let's copy and paste that 0 plus I part there. We're going to copy just that. Cut it out.
All right.
And type _X here.
Okay.
Just X, yep. And above this, because we don't have an _X, we're going to have to define it. Make a new line above this, just right above it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We're going to say var _X equals. And then that code there, the code you pasted or copied. Okay, and then put a breakpoint on line 14. Because now we can hover over and we can check what X is.
Okay.
So run the game now. Okay, open the menu, and we'll hit the breakpoint right away. Let's get that out of the way, and hover over X. 144. What is I equal to?
What is I?
Yeah, hover over I.
9. Why isn't the I 9?
Oh, wait. No,
it's taking it. Oh, I is the number of items in the array, right? Therefore,
I should be
it's
start,
I.
I should be. We're starting I equals 0 there, right? I 0 at the start.
No.
Right?
I is the number of inside the array. Like there's 9 items there, so therefore it is times in it by I. So 16 times 9.
Well, no, because if you look at line 6, well, that's maybe how we're getting it. But if you look at it, the start of the for loop, we say var I equals 0. So at the first frame of the for loop, it's 0. And then every time the for loop is done, we do the last thing in the for loop, which is I plus plus. So I should never get to 16. Let's press play again. Let's see what it is the next time. Let's see if it multiplies it again or if it pluses it by 1, which is what it should be doing.
It plussed it
Plussed
by
it by
1.
1. Okay, the text is really small on my screen here.
Oh, let me change that for you.
Sure. Is anybody else able to see anything obvious there? Like,
is that better?
Looks good to me. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Because yeah, that is clearly an I or a 0, not a 9 on line 10, right?
Yeah, it's var equals I, or var I equals 0. But somewhere the length of the array, which is 9, because there's 9 items in it right now, gets made into I.
Yeah. Okay, let's really sanity proof ourselves here. Put a line above line 11.
What if we take it out and just make one item for now?
Sure, you try that actually. That'll be an interesting one to see if it changes the number we expect. There's no reason it should, by the way, but if it does, that's maybe let us know. You have to rerun the game, so you can stop and rerun it.
All right. Draw sprite, item sprite index, -1. Okay. So
I don't know what I would do. I don't know if
X is 144 again. I is 9. Oh, wait.
We're getting some curse shit happening here.
We have one item actually there.
Yep.
But could it be this? We're saying it's 9.
Change that to 8 just to see.
Change it to 8. Okay.
The thing is, what this thing should have nothing to do with a local variable in another script or function. Local variables are local to the thing they're in. So I is being declared locally. It should have nothing to do with that constructor. But it looks like something is affecting it maybe. So yeah, let's hover over I again.
All right, 128, because I is now 8.
Interesting. So it is being tainted by that.
Yes.
How is it being tainted?
I have no other code in this particular object. We have item pickup, but this is only if you make contact with it.
Yeah. So once again, I is a local variable, so it should have nothing to do with. It's going to be something goofy. It shouldn't be. Let's go back to the code. Everything is going to be inside that for loop. That's all where the I is being defined. Basically, we're doing something weird inside that.
I mean, it's picking this up, so yeah.
So here, put a new line above line 11.
Go ahead.
Here, let's just put out a new line above line 11. I want to see if one of these things is tainting I for us here. So create a new line above.
Extorius. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. You're iterating through the inventory size and not the number of items. Wait, no, yes. Welcome to the confusion.
We're looping through the number of items we have we're looping through the inventory, basically, is what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's like, welcome to the confusion.
So create a new line above line 11.
Above 11, okay.
Yep. Okay, and put var underscore test equals I.
Var underscore test equals I.
Okay, now put a breakpoint on line. Actually, we put a breakpoint on line 12.
Okay.
And run it again. So we've set I equals to 0.
Right.
test should only ever be equal to 0 here. It's not equal to 0. Hover over test. Sorry, hover over test.
0.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so for loops aren't cursed. That's great. So something below this code is tainting I and making it higher, but like
Wait, all right. So we were saying if global player inventory is slot empty, I. No. I. All this is correct now.
well, yeah, because you haven't gotten to that line of code yet. So
Yeah.
if the code, so press F10 or click the go to next line button, whatever one you want. Not that one, the middle one, yeah.
The
Okay.
step over one?
Yep, step over.
Okay. So
Okay, so it was okay. Oh, okay, no, I get it. I get what's happened.
all right.
Yeah. So okay. This is me a problem a little bit from what I told you yesterday. Okay, so let me explain what's happening here. This is where, like I said, inventory stuff can get very confusing, and you need to design it in a specific way, right? Because if you want to have an inventory with 9 slots, you basically need to have the ability to have an array that has 9 empty spaces, right?
Right.
So let's go back over to your inventory real quick.
Okay.
So scroll up to where we okay. The first thing we're doing on line 11 at the very top
All right.
is we go through and we iterate. We initialize the array, right?
Correct.
We say, hey, create whatever empty number of slots, right?
Right.
But then we go to add some items to it. What does that item do?
Add item pushes whatever items are there into the array.
It adds them to the end of the array. So 0 is undefined, 2 is undefined, 8, 9, 9 is undefined, 10 is now apple.
Gotcha.
So the loop was actually worked entirely. We were just skipping over the 8 empty slots. Array push, or sorry, your add item function, if this is how you're going to be doing it, technically can't just add to the end of an inventory. It would need to like iterate over and ensure that, hey, is this slot empty? If the slot is empty, it now equals this item.
Okay. So we needed.
The second I realized what was happening there, once it started skipping over values, I realized immediately what was happening. That we have 9 undefined, and then we start our items there. The simple way to get around this, to not have to change your code too much, but not working
Just
within
allow
how you
waters
probably
of
want it, would
undefined
be to just
slots.
remove that
Best if your code is ready,
initialization,
lest you sail straight
the
into
comment out
history
lines
loops.
11 through 13,
Okay.
and basically just not have empty slots in quotes for now. And then just have like, technically right now your inventory is like, there's no limit to the size of your inventory right now because you haven't coded this stuff yet.
Right.
But that's fine that you haven't coded this yet, because I think it's cool to see that things are working now. So let's run your game again and let's go back and look at where the positions are.
All right.
Okay, get rid of the point. We don't need it.
Okay. So we have a apple being drawn in the top left corner, which
Great.
you can't see on
Awesome.
stream, but
Yeah, I'm seeing it on the delay now.
yeah,
So that's
let
good.
me
That's good.
move this a little bit. You can sort of see it. It's right there, like in the top corner of it.
Yeah, yeah. Which is good. That's what we. It's not where we want it to be, but it's where we expect it to be with how we've coded it, which is good. That's
Right.
all we wanted right now. And the thing is, he hasn't like fleshed out the system yet, right? Yesterday, 8 mapped it out, or we mapped it out,
Yeah.
but it's not been put together yet. So I don't expect any of that stuff to be working, right? So here, let's make it a little bit easier for troubleshooting again. Actually, we could maybe even leave the undefined to show you something cool. What's your slot sprites look like? Actually, those the boxes below where you're drawing your inventory slots.
Yeah.
Those are okay selected. What I want you to do is we're going to end the for loop before the item. Let's draw an inventory slot. Let's draw one of those selected slots around it.
So in here,
Yep.
draw.
So do another draw sprite.
Okay. And we want it on
Yeah, it should be roughly the same position. You'll have to, depending on origins, you'll have to like finagle it a bit, but let's just do _x and underscore, and actually instead of _0, do _y.
instead of 0, do _y. Okay.
Yep. And then just let's define _y above. Let's do var _y equals, and let's do like, let's do GUI height divided by 2.
Equals.
Because this will start getting things into position a bit more.
Oh wait, now I'm confused. What did you say? You said now we're
GUI height divided by 2. Yeah. So this is basically setting where your starting y position for these things are. And instead of x plus equals 0, let's do x equals GUI width divided by 2. So sorry, the x, instead of just the 0, replace it with the GUI width divided by 2. No, you gotta keep the i. The i is your spacer, right?
all right.
And that's gotta be plus I.
Yeah.
And let's do plus 8. Let's do times 24, just so there's a bit of spacing between the sprites. So I times 24.
And trying to get
Sorry,
up here.
on the x right now. We don't need to do any pluses on the y for now. Not yet.
Plus I times 16 plus 8. Is that what you said?
Yeah, let's just do 20. So instead of 16, let's do 20.
20. All right. Just trying to get caught up a little bit. If you want to keep the slots, you can probably add 2 functions: auto place item and manually place item. Auto checking each slot for valid item info and placing in a free one. Manual attempting to place it at a specific spot. Both should have a Boolean return for failure states.
Yeah, I don't know that you necessarily yet need that second, like I don't know a reason where you need to place an item in a specific slot. That's something if you think you need down the line, then you could add, but I wouldn't worry about that just yet.
Yeah, that would be if you want to click and drag it somewhere, right? You would manually move it.
Oh yeah, but that's what your swap. That's what your
swapping.
Code will
yeah, we
do.
have swap item.
And what Kelver's saying is he's saying that he would remove, he would add it to the design. Wait, personally, if I add it to the design, I would work through it up front, remove the action. The thing is, he hasn't worked through it up front yet. Like he hasn't gone through and made your inventory system isn't made yet. Like if you remove the stuff that wasn't made, we would have just undid everything we did design-wise last stream, right?
Right.
But you're currently not making it yet. You're trying to get things displayed, which I think is totally okay. It's not even really a pivot, but it's just letting you see how things could work one way. Either way, you're doing something new. You're just choosing to do this new thing versus doing the second new thing, right? So I think this is totally okay. Let's run the game and see what happens here.
Okay.
Because this should have a much better result.
Okay. Oh. I see what happened.
I can't see.
All right. So the box is correct.
It's behind the inventory, right?
It's behind the inventory, but the apple's up top.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's correct a few of those things. Let's move this code below the drawing of all these boxes, because all this should appear above the inventory, right? I would copy all of it, including that items, because all this is related. All this code is related to each other. So all this, yeah. Put this below, and yeah, exactly. Sorry, Xtoris. Setting up the rendering of your stuff makes testing a lot easier, because then you get your feedback exactly as he's saying. Oh, you can see that items are successfully being added to the inventory, and you can see that they're being drawn correctly.
Right. And that was initially all I wanted to do was, and it turned into this whole thing. You just touch the item, because I was doing it as a pickup, right? I was like, okay, we pick it up. I wanted to see it. So I was trying to manually get it to draw right, and nothing was working.
Yeah.
And,
so let me show you. A really good example of visual feedback. Let me show you why this setting it to draw first is really good. Take that draw sprite, the line 38 one. We're actually going to move that above the continue. Because think of it this way, let's draw the box even if there's no item in it, even if it's empty, right? Let's go back into your inventory now.
All right, hold on. I need to move all the
Oh yeah, sorry, great catch.
variable.
Great catch. I'm like, I was about to be like, that's fine, it's gonna work, trust me. And it's like, no, you're 100% correct. That was a problem. Okay, get rid of that test I now. That test I on line 33. That's not needed anymore. That was just to make sure I wasn't crazy.
Okay.
I thought we're in some universe where for loops didn't work how for loops were supposed to work.
I mean, you never know.
Go back
with my stuff.
Yeah, right.
You just don't know. All right.
Okay, let's go back into your inventory and let's turn back on, like in the constructor, and turn back on the undefined. At the very top. Oh yeah, put all these back too. Yeah, good call.
Oh, you said. Oh, okay.
Yeah, those 3 lines and all of those. Let's put all the items back in.
So this is more items than spots.
Yeah, you technically don't have a limit of inventory slots yet right now because you haven't coded a system to ensure you have a limit yet. And that's okay. We're not worried about that yet. We're worrying about one thing at a time. We're worrying about rendering. Let's make it so you can have undefined spots now. And run the game now.
Okay.
And I think
thank you for the follow.
Ahoy there, X-Taurus.
Oh, there's the pirate.
May your stay
If
be
we
as
did it
rich
this
as
way
buried
first,
treasure and
we would
twice
have
as fun.
we would have immediately known the issue.
Alrighty.
Okay, so what you're seeing is it's drawing a bunch of empty slots.
Yeah.
And pushing the real slots off screen, right?
Yeah, it's pushing all them down here. And the items are now way over here because it's drawing the empties first.
Right. Okay. So
Tis the risk,
let's do something cool. I always have to look up this math, by the way, because it's very simple math, but I never remember the exact order. Maybe teaching it will be the time I remember it, but I have it here. Let's do something else. Let's give ourselves some local variables here to make it really clear. So on line 30, we're going to add a new var.
All right.
We're going to say var slot size, underscore slot size. And we're going to say, I don't know, let's do 20, I guess. 20 for now. Okay, and below that, we're going to do, actually, no, we can't do it here. Okay, inside the for loop, right above the X and the Y.
Okay.
We're going to do var underscore row.
All right.
And that's going to be equal to I space div.
Okay.
Space, oh yeah, we need a number of columns. So you have 3 columns.
Right.
You can, yeah, so you could put 3. I would put columns in a variable probably on line 31. Yeah, let's do that actually to make it very clear. So on line 31, do var columns.
Columns equals 3.
Okay. So, and then row equals I divided by columns.
All right.
And then we're going to do var, we're going to do, this is where naming conventions get bad. We're going to do underscore COL. So new line.
Okay.
var underscore COL.
All right.
And that's going to be equal to I mod columns, MOD.
Okay.
Okay. Don't worry about what these mean yet. We'll do it. We'll test it out first, and then we'll see what it does. So we're gonna do after the on the X on line 36, erase the part after the plus.
All right.
Sorry, after the plus. Okay, so add the plus back in.
Oh, okay. All right. Just this.
Yep, just after the plus. Yeah. And you're gonna do for X, you're gonna do columns. So sorry, COL underscore COL
right.
times slot size.
Okay.
And then for y, you're going to do plus row times cell size or slot size. Sorry.
Times. All right.
Okay. And then everything is using x and y. I see. On the line 43, it's not using y. That was part of our issue there. So let's make it use y.
Okay.
And what is the origin of this sprite, the selected sprite?
Well,
Or what's the size of it? I mean, sorry.
of the box, it's 16.
This the sprite selected is?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, run the game.
Yeah, and Wiser, she is a 4-year-old Quaker parrot who's getting a little fussy because she hasn't been uncovered yet. All right. Well. Okay.
Should be right. It's probably not going to be right, but it's probably going to be more right.
It's more
Okay.
right.
So, okay, so your items are definitely all not 16 by 16, as we can tell by the potions. The potions make that look
Well,
really
yeah,
off. Your
I know.
burger's too big as well.
Yeah.
Um,
The burger. Hold on. Let me
I
fix
think
that.
your
All right.
boxes are definitely way bigger. Your sprite selected is bigger than 16 by 16 too.
Just hold on. All right. There. And
Okay.
then
How big is
sprite
sprite selected?
32 by 32.
32 by 32. And that's okay. What that means though is our spacer size, it needs to be 32 by 32 instead. So if you go back into our slot size should be
Demystified software, welcome aboard.
32
May
by
your
32.
code be as smooth as calm seas and your
Okay.
bugs feel like hidden treasure.
Because that's how big each of those boxes are, right? If it's less than 32 by 32, it's going to overlap. So slot size is 20. It should be, actually do 34. Do 34.
34. All
Because
right.
that's going to be 2 extra pixels for a buffer there. Okay, and now run it.
All right. Okay, so the boxes are closer.
Okay.
We
Waiting for it
just
to appear on the screen.
oh.
Oh, okay. No, that looks pretty good, yeah. So
yeah,
do you see how that's working though? How
closer.
it's drawing 9 empty slots because you have 9 empty slots, right?
Yes, please.
And then it starts drawing out the items. So that's actually working like pretty good, yeah?
All right. Can you hold on for one moment, please? I'm going to do a quick be right back. I got some stuff going on that's a little chaotic. So give me 1 second real quick. All right. I'm back. Yeah, it's just getting a little chaotic this morning. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair.
So going to be wrapping up shortly, because we need to start getting ready. We have like cooking this stuff to do because we're going to a Friendsgiving with the off-road group today.
That's awesome.
But let's see where we're at.
So real quick, get rid of all those boxes you're manually drawing. The inventory bag slots, we don't need to draw those anymore because we're drawing those automatically.
Okay.
We're gonna leave the empty slots for now, just so you get a visual idea of what I was meaning. But yeah, okay, yep, got it.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so run it again.
All right, so it's looking good. We'll wait for it to show up. There it is. We have the boxes correct. But it's still drawing 8 empty ones
It's
first.
fine. Right, because we've turned it on so that you have 8 empty slots. But it's
Correct.
good to see how that works, though, right? You see that you can have empty slots.
Yeah.
This is what your inventory would look like if you had the first 8 slots empty. So that's actually kind of cool. That's good to see.
Right.
So if you want, you can turn those off and then maybe start to move those positions over a little bit. The X and the Y needs to be minus a bit, and the X needs to be plus a bit to get them into position there, because it's really close.
So this is where the first one should be.
Oh yeah, you're right. You already have those. So yeah, exactly. So grab that GUI, just the X part for now. The GUI, the plus. Actually, you just need plus 42.
Plus 42. Okay.
Yeah.
So
end of that, yeah, you just plus 42 plus column time slot size. And then the other one is going to be minus 35.
yeah. Okay.
And get rid of the plus in front of that minus 35.
There we go.
And then I put a space after that just so it looks all nice and grid-like. A space after the minus, yeah, perfect. Okay, and let's just for sanity, let's remove the empty items from the slots.
So empty items come back in.
Yeah, so that
is
that
that
little
this?
initialize.
Because now
No,
it's
that's
8.
at the very top.
All right.
Yeah, so change that back to 9. That won't really actually matter though, for now, because you're technically you haven't coded a max inventory size yet. You've set up the baseline for it, but you don't have it yet. But that's the thing that gives you those 9 empty slots.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, run it now, and I'd expect it to look pretty close to perfect.
Look at that.
I can't wait. It'll take a second.
Oh, yeah. All right, should be showing up.
Yeah, there it is. Very cool. Yeah, and so if you got rid of it so you only had 9 items, you would see exactly that, and that would look pretty good.
So this is picking 10, and that should be exactly what I have here. So if we turned off
what do you mean?
right here on the code,
Yep.
Yeah, there's exactly 10 items in there, so it's showing all 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep, because that's what I mean. You haven't coded anything that says, hey, you're not. So when you add an item, you're not checking for empty slots, and you're not checking that all the slots are filled, right? Because technically, what you should do is you should check for an empty undefined slot. Oh, here's the first undefined slot. Put it there, and then if all the slots are undefined or all the slots are full, then you need to not add the item. You would send instead that function would probably return false to signify that, hey, you tried to add an item, but it returned false, saying it was unsuccessful in adding an item, letting you know that your inventory is full, for example. Stuff like that is what you can do.
Right.
Because then technically what would happen, it would be, oh, well, actually, do you want to code that in a really quick version of that in 2 seconds?
Yep.
Or do you got to go? If you got to go real soon, that's
are you able to? Oh, you're not on it. All right, hold on. Let me snooze that. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so go into your add item function. Okay, and
yep.
above the array push.
Yep.
If array length so it'll be a function call with items. So array length items. It's a function, so you need the function call.
And then we have items in it.
Yep. Is less than size.
Is the less than size inside the?
No, it's
outside of it. Okay.
Because we just need to know the length of it, and then we're going to check that length for if it's less than the size.
Okay.
So and then put this in a code block here. Just so put the array push inside this code block.
All right.
And then do an else here. An else off of that. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then code block there, just for consistency. Okay, and press enter. And do return false.
All right.
Okay, and then do a tab in front of array a push.
Okay.
And then do a new line after array push and say return true. So basically, the add item will now also return a value, letting you know whether the item was successfully added or not. And now we're only adding an item if our item list is less than the size of the items, of the size of the inventory, right?
Gotcha. Yes.
So if we scroll back down to our item code, let's see how many we have added there. Okay, we still have more than 9, right?
Well, we have 10. Yeah.
Oh no, we have 10. Okay, perfect. So let's run that there. Let's run it now.
Okay.
And now you're not dealing with empty inventory slots anymore. So you won't, like, you still have to, there's still a problem you have to solve there, but now your inventory should have a hard cap to it.
And it does.
Should.
So it is showing all 9 items.
Yep. Oh, dope, looks good. And there was a 10th one that's not showing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so technically you could do a check that says like, hey, if add inventory is false, then show a prompt, inventory is full or something like that, right?
Right.
You can do a little check if it's like something like that. But I think this is a pretty good place to leave it. This looks great, actually.
I think so. It was a lot.
Cool.
It was
Well,
a lot of back and forth there, but I think we got it sorted. Hopefully, later this afternoon, I'll be able to sort through it again. But yeah, we got it visually so we can see it.
Yeah, those divs and mods, it took me a little bit to kind of grasp what they're doing, but it's essentially just dividing I into rows and columns. It's basically saying, hey, take I, and depending on what it is, find out what row and what column it is.
Yep.
I don't really know the math, but I'd have to just actually do it. But yeah, it works, and that's all you need to know here.
That's it.
Cool, good stuff. I'll hop off, let you wrap up here. Good work,
right.
And I'll catch you later.
Thanks. All right, so we accomplished a decent amount. It took a little while, a lot of confusion trying to figure that stuff out, but we got it so we can visually see where the items are going to be in the inventory. But that's it for today. We have lots of stuff going on today. We're going to our friends in the off-road group. We're going to have a Friendsgiving with them. So we're going to be starting some cooking here in a little bit to take some food item over. And extras. Inventories are one of those things. Yes. It's a massive blend of stuff and trying to get it to work right. But I think it's on the right path, and I think it looks good visually at this point. So let's see who's on and rate out. Now, tomorrow, I'll be on again at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. So for the last day for the week, because I can't stream Tuesday through Friday. Homeless, you need to see a doctor about those farts, man. Welcome in. Let's see who is on and working on stuff today. It's not usually a whole lot on Sunday, right? So what do we have? Do we have anybody doing stuff? I appreciate it. Let's find someone. Right? Going through my list. I know. Let's go visit Bartke here, right? All right. I appreciate everyone, and I hope you have a great day. We're going to go ahead and visit Bartke and say hi to them. Thanks, all. I will see everybody tomorrow, same digital time, same digital place, and have a great Sunday. Bye now.